Hi, my name is Devon, and I've attended Echo.Church since January. Growing up, my mom was a single mother household, and we actually grew up in the streets. I never met my real father. She didn't really know who he was. The person that she thought was the father left before I was born, and so she really headed raising me on her own until she met the guardian. My mom did her best as a pseudo-single mother. My guardian wasn't really there that much. He worked a lot, and it was a pretty neglectful household. Unfortunately, she did pass away when I was 15. And so I had a lot of negotiations and maybe anger towards God, and my mom was in abusive relationships. And I remember being young, and I was there for all the abuse. The cops came. It was a terrible situation, and I remember there was a fireplace, and I just prayed. I was maybe 12 or 13. I prayed and said, God, if you're real, if you're really involved in all of this, and there's a plan, keep the fire going all night. And I fell asleep by the fire, and I woke up, and it was still lit. And so there was little moments like that where I didn't realize until later in my life that God was always there. And after my mother passed away, my guardian got a new wife, and she didn't want any of his old family there. So I had to live on my own at 18 which is difficult. It was hard to figure it out. So I was working, I was a server, and I bartended. After working a night shift until 4, I worked until 4 a.m. and then I went to sleep in my car, and at 6 a.m. the sun rose, and it was in Los Angeles, and it was hot, and I couldn't get any sleep. And I remember very clearly saying to God, like, what's the point of all this? Why am I going through this in life? Why am I facing such suffering? I've faced suffering since childhood. I've faced abuse, suffering, poverty. Why am I still facing this today? That's kind of my pivotal moment where life started turning around. I was hanging out with one of my friends from work at a coffee shop, and her mother, Cynthia, came up to me and said that she felt God speaking to her, that she needed to talk to me. And she offered me her little garage room and said, as long as you're going to school and working, you can stay here. And it gave me security for the first time in my life. It was God that led her to me. And then I met my wife. When we started dating, she also encouraged me in pursuing the church. And that's when I realized that God has been walking with me this entire journey. So, an interesting question for me is, why should I get baptized? Baptism is this symbol of public declaration for your love for Jesus, your love for Christianity, your love for God. And that symbolism of the wedding ring with the church and with God and with Jesus. Despite our darkness in life, we can move forward with this brand new life, and that no matter what our story has been, that's just a part of our story. We have so much more to live.